Good evening and hello. This is Dirty 20 Gaming. My name is Kevin, and these amazing and wondrous people have come to play a game with me tonight, and that makes me very, very happy. So, very quickly, we did our character art, most of it, half of it, from Hero Forge. The other half is done by artists, and you can tell the artists who did them are basically the artists that are playing them. So there they are. With that, let's get to these amazing people so we can get to this story. Hello, Kalina. I promise not to ban you tonight. I promise. Story last night. I just saw that face. Last night we had a bot, and our banhammer person was in the house, but I couldn't help myself, and I tried to micromanage. And I leapt in there, and our banhammer person banned the bot, thus allowing Kalina to slide up into that spot just as I hit the ban button. And so I did ban someone who has been with us since before this community actually legally started. And then stopped the show completely until somebody told me how to unban them and get them back. So yeah, I know, what a dick, right? You banned Kalina of all people. It was bad.
No wonder they
awful.
keep trying to riot.
Well, yeah,
Right.
that's
Yes.
that's why I didn't stop the
now.
riot tonight. Tonight's riot was absolutely reasonable. Yes, free Kalina. That's
Free Kalina.
Okay. Oh, good. Now I'm blushing. Let's go.
Hope is there for the rest of us.
Oh God. Okay. Oh, look, I can't even see through all the blush. Oh, you are very welcome. Stay tuned. This is going to get weird and fun. But first, I got to introduce some people. First, the people, free Kalina. First of the people, Sarah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, tell us about yourself. What are you doing?
Oh, well, what I can talk about.
Cover chat with one
so,
hand.
of course, I have my I have my YouTube channel, Tangor Productions. That might be getting an announcement soon.
Ooh.
Can't talk about that either.
Of course not.
I have Bravely Broken that I'm working on. That's really all I can say on this. Yes, you have. And in January, I'm going to be part of a new project. That's all I can say about that.
I so want to live in a world where I can say, I'm doing so many things, and I can't tell you. It's like being a spy. Is that what it is? Is it like being a spy?
I can neither confirm nor deny your allegations at this time.
It's like being a dungeon master, but every single one of your friends you usually spill the beans to is in that game.
Oh yes. Oh, the dungeon master's curse. There's no one I can tell. I could tell you, but I would have to kill you. Yes. Yeah. So you spoke next, so let's go over to Hellhounds 20. Hello.
Hey.
Fuck.
Hi. Where can we find you? What are you doing?
You can find me here on Twitch and on Twitter as a Hellhounds 20. I am a gamer, an artist, a dungeon master, and a PNG tuber. Once this game is done, I am going back to running my games, because right now all of them are on hiatus, and every single one of them is because of scheduling.
Yes.
The true end boss.
There's not enough games in D&D. Yeah.
At least with this one, it's my fault for the scheduling.
Well, we only tonight and one more night, and then we'll stop ruining your weekends.
Yeah.
But thank you for joining us for this, especially because, yes, it made a whole bunch of people wait for a game. So, next, let's go the other way this time. Alex, how's the last couple of weeks been going?
It has been a busy time. We recently released Cyber Rats, which is a game that I made, which is best described as Shadowrun meets XCOM. So if you like those two things, check out Cyber Rats. I
think you have a fan.
I also run monthly one-shots of indie games. I teach indie games, or really I should just say RPGs, because next month is Dungeons & Dragons 4th edition by popular demand.
The Forgotten Edition.
The Forgotten Edition, the one edition that is true about what it is, which is killing monsters and having fun doing it. But next Saturday, I am teaching a game of Don't Rest Your Head. So if you want some horror games, stop on by my Discord. You can find the link in the chat. And while it exists, you can find me on Twitter, where I mostly tell lies about my giant dog. So that is me. I make games, I teach games, I play games, and all my links are in the chat.
Thank you. As long as it exists. Prophetic words, probably. But anyway, let's move on. Which leaves us with the man, the myth, the legend, the box, the cardboard, the tape.
Nice.
Bison _ Stonefist. What are you up to?
Up to a lot, kind of. Sort of. We'll say that.
You
I'm
are.
here
Blue
3
chip.
nights a week
Yeah.
currently. I'm playing Feedback on Saturdays in Harlequin Redux, which has
Nice.
been an absolute riot. On Wednesdays, I've joined the Deeper Delve Lost Mine of Fandelver as Linus Longshadow, Halfling Fighter. And on Tuesdays, I stream games on my own Twitch channel, which I threw up in chat. What'll probably be this Tuesday is Vermintide, as I get ready for the release of the 40K version Darktide, which I'm super excited for.
Cool. That's everybody except for me. And I'm not going to talk about me. I'm going to talk about this channel instead. 6 out of the next 7 nights. Yup. That is correct. 6 out of the next 7 nights, we're putting out content on this channel. Tomorrow is my birthday, and I'm going to be a million, so I'm going to indulge myself and run a stream for some of the people that have been here with us the longest. And we're going to do a mystery tomorrow night, and then we're going to take Tuesday off. And then Wednesday, we have our take on Lost Mine of Fandelver, a deeper delve, a socially forward take on a classic. Let's put it that way. Then on Thursday, we have a whole bunch of people taking a very serious situation very not seriously in a wonderful show run by our very own Sarah called Deviant Futures. Yup. And there's one of them now.
Thursday's going to be interesting too.
Putting the deviant in deviant futures.
Yes, and then Friday or this upcoming week we'll be doing a fun shot. I haven't determined what yet or who's in it, so we'll have to do that probably later tonight or tomorrow. And then Saturday we will be back with the next episode of Harlequin Redux, where I don't know if you've noticed or not, but this particular mission that you guys are on is called Amazon Returns.
Oh,
Yeah. Thank you. And then a week from tonight, we come back with the final episode of this show. You did this thing. You wanted to say something. What?
The thing about the last mission is you fall asleep, it plays through your head, whatever. I kept seeing it in Metal Gear. Not Metal Gear Solid,
Yeah.
Metal Gear, the Nintendo game. Yeah.
Oh, it's marvelous.
Also, another thing we were talking about, games being delayed. Keeping true to form, the Dungeons and Dragons movie has been delayed.
Yes, yeah.
Because for scheduling reasons.
Yes. I presume that is a planned joke.
Everything.
They understand.
Yeah, they delayed it a
can't even be
month,
mad at that.
probably to keep it closer to Christmas and maybe after the midterms,
Yeah.
but still.
Yeah, when scheduling reasons means we'll make more money if we release it closer to Christmas. That is technically a scheduling reason. Anyway, it's funny no matter which way you take it. Let's get to this game though, shall we? This time you don't fall at all. The void just thickens, but only behind you. There's pressure, like something's pushing up until you realize it's actually you pushing down and gravity has returned. It's slight but perceptible, then more and more. The smell of starched laundry, the pale glow of a nightlight in a corner, a red exit sign flickers and goes out, leaving you in all but total darkness. You hear breathing, yours and others. As your eyes adjust somewhat to the darkness, you make out the single bed that you're lying in, the cotton sheets. That's where that starch smell is coming from. You feel that flat, pointless pillow under your head. Looking to the side, you see a side table with a glass of water, a boring little lamp, and about 10 pill bottles. As your eyes adjust even more, you see another all but identical little nightstand next to it. The only thing different is the bottles, and beyond that, a form and a bed. Who do you think would react first? Okay. Will, what do you do?
Will realizes like they're in a hospital or something like that, and goes to look at their hands to see if they're like themselves again.
Mm-hmm. Your hands are human, but not yours. And they're old. And they're all in pale brown and white. You hear a piano tinkling in the background. Ding, 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 ding. Alec, or Jet, you were about to say something.
Yeah. Excuse me. Jet had a very similar reaction looking at his hands, not to see if I was human. That was not my instinct, but to see if they were pixelated or what is the shtick this time? Are they stretchy and clay, or what is? How am I wrong?
You hold it up in front of you, and for a second, it's kind of like a watercolor print again, but it isn't. You realize it's like a silent movie, but shot in sepia tones. I know those two don't actually line up in history, but yeah, it's like a silent movie, but it's all shades of pale brown and white. You hear again, as you twiddle your fingers, you hear the piano, the live piano off stage going diddly 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 as you do it. A sign pops up on the wall and goes ha 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 ha.
The sound of someone hitting their hands on the lower register of the piano as Mr. Box tries to hop himself up, not realizing he's a person, and he falls out of bed.
Yep.
Shit!
You are a little old man on the floor, yes.
Oh.
All in shades of brown.
At least the color hasn't changed.
Mr. Box, is that you?
I think so. Ow.
Where are we this time?
I'm on the floor.
Yes. I'll walk over and help Mr. Box up.
Yep. He's where, you as you get out of bed and move over to help Mr. Box, you notice you're wearing matching pajamas. They're like industrial pajamas that match the bedding, and the little stitching logo on it says Shady Operations Retirement Homes. We do nothing better than anyone. And then the piano off screen goes da-ding, ding, because they don't have a drum kit.
Must be a government operation.
Awfully upfront about
it.
Yep.
Will's gonna get up out of the bed and go looking for Red.
Okay. There are 4 beds as you're now. Is anybody turning on a light? The lamp's all right there. No, Will would. Okay.
Will would.
So, bam! You flip on the light, and as you do, the room becomes even more clear. There's, and this is all in sepia tones. There's boring art on the wall. There's boring paint choices. Everything's brown. The light that there is in the room is pale. So even when the light's turned on, you still almost have to squint to see. It's just dark.
No, it's just because I'm old.
There's safety rails everywhere. There's an emergency call button on the wall. And there's a business card tucked under that emergency call button with the Shady Operations Retirement Homes phone number on it.
Red is unnaturally quiet.
Okay.
Like usually during all these like adventures, Red is very talkative, or they're very giggly and very fun.
Mhm.
They are quiet and kind of solemn in face when like they realize where they are,
Mhm.
and you can see them sit up, and they're doing 1,000-yard stare.
Yep. Yeah, this isn't just a retirement home. It's very clear. You look around, this is like old people's storage.
Yeah.
Right? There's 4 of you in one room. There's one little bathroom in the corner. It's like a hospital room. It's not, right? There's nothing honorable about this at all.
Mr. Box makes his way over to Red, takes a pair of glasses off the bedside table and just sort of hands it over to them. It's like, well, at least you're still 4 eyes.
And because they're like, I guess now we're human, they do
Mhm.
actually have bad eyesight
Yep.
because all 4 eyes are. So they can put on the glasses, but it's those really big, thick glasses.
Bottle
So
caps.
I don't know what the movie is,
Oh.
but it's the one where the guy's always looking for his red stapler.
Office
Full
Space.
Space.
Office Space, yeah.
Okay.
Like, and how big the glasses. Yeah.
I
That-
was
that-
thinking. I was thinking
Bubbles.
Bubbles. Yeah, exactly.
Park
From
Boys.
Trailer Park Boys. Yeah, the bifocals that are so different that when you move your eyes in a certain way, the eyes literally go bunk and appear to be somewhere else, and then bunk, and then they're down here and they're huge, just depending on how he's looking at the camera through the lenses. But yeah, I get it.
Uh-huh.
So, I don't know why it went bonk. That may have been me adding that. I don't think that was original sound. Anyway. A few seconds after that, you blink with the glasses on, and you can now see the door bursts open against the wall, and a huge orderly storms in. He doesn't even really look at you. He just sort of yells into the room, "You're all supposed to be in bed. Lights out was an hour ago." And he slams a button on the wall, which turns off all the lamps in the room, turns around and spins and walks out, slamming the door behind them.
What a jerk, eh?
Will, I can see that look on your face.
Will's gonna fall on purpose and scream like they broke something.
Jet-
call that
Jet
a
runs
willful fall. Yes, Jet.
Jet
Sorry.
bites the bait, hook, line, and sinker, and runs over. Well, what's wrong? What's wrong? How can I help?
Okay, Mr. Box. It is so weird calling somebody I now see as an old human Mr. Box. It is just really strange.
Well, if it helps any, there's now a name tag on the thing.
Oh, Box. BACHX. Thank you. Yep.
You're welcome.
Yep.
Yeah, Mr. Box is going to make his way over to the door. You notice he still kind of hops.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, he hasn't broken the
He's
habit.
got whatever the equivalent of sea legs is. For somebody that didn't have legs and now has them.
He just kind of hops his way over. Opens the door. Hey, big guy. Our friend, she hurt herself.
Okay. Yep. Red.
Red's looking at all this. They're gonna look at their hand and try and test and see if they can do any fire.
Yes, you can. There's no reason why you shouldn't be able to. These are the things you got for this. One of the whole points to this was you got this ability. So yeah, I'm not taking that away from you. Yes, you are. Oh wow. Oh, I just had an idea. Grumpy old people with the ability to burn shit. That's.
I think I read that graphic novel.
If anyone else looks at Red, their head snaps up, and you don't see, like, the glasses turn blindingly white and glow. Like, I can still make fire.
only hold on the outside. Ah. So red makes fire. Okay, I had to make a list of what everybody does, and yours is red makes fire. Okay, so crash on the ground. Will, great idea, but I'm like 60 almost, so I'm not. I'm gonna be 56. But I have to ask you to make a dexterity sort of based thing to not actually hurt yourself while you hurl yourself to the ground in this brilliant young person's plan.
Acrobat.
Yeah, that'll work.
So,
Oh yes,
still
absolutely.
get advantage?
So with advantage, yep.
6, 5, 6.
Nice.
Wow, 6, 5, 6. That is a crit. You hurl yourself to the ground, and just as you're about to hit the ground, you see somebody's medication wrapper is still down here, and it was bubble wrap. And you get your old person bony hip to land right on it, and you pop like 10 of them all at once, so it sounds for all the world like a shattering pelvis. Just and then you just sort of roll over and put it under your butt so nobody can see it. That's the 5. That was like the perfect landing and then the cover up. So you do that. Yet their pelvis just snapped right in front of you as you run forward.
Don't move. It's going to be okay. Just whatever you do, do not move. Okay. Can you feel this? And I poke like a knee.
She's gonna keep selling it and just be like, "Oh, that hurts so much. That hurts so
Okay,
like
that's
this is
good.
horrible."
It's good. It's good that it hurts. You still have feeling there. Okay.
Like she's trying to get
rolling
Jet
around on the bubble wraps every once in a while. There's like
How did you hit your
trying to
pelvis
get Jet
and
to
your
like
knee? Okay.
believe. Like she's
Yeah. Okay. Red. We need whatever kind of pain medicine you can find. Morphine, anything.
handful of fire. It's the response. Mr. Box, you open the door and the orderly just turns around and says, I told you to go to bed, and comes back just like coming down the hallway at you.
Are you gonna help?
No. And he just
Well,
keeps
then-
coming.
Take off, eh? And I am going to use my Mr. Box powers.
Yep.
I'll go with my usual glacial. Make him fall on his ass.
Okay, yep. Give me some rollage. I want to see how well this succeeds.
A Canadian wizard in a retirement home.
Yeah. Oh, I need the glasses. Oh, I love it. Oh, yeah.
We have a 6.
They're bifocals and no focals. Yeah. You did succeed. So
Me and Hellhounds match.
yeah. You and this floor has never been this slippery, even when it was new and waxed, and they haven't waxed in here in ages. But it's that tile floor. So yeah, just that sheen. Actually, I know exactly what it's like. It's exactly 0 degrees outside right now. There's that. It looks like water until you put your foot on it, and then suddenly you're moving. It's that level
Like
of
black ice.
And this is a
That was
big
me
dude.
all last night.
Yeah, and he just slides, and he slides right past you. And as you turn to watch him go by, it's like you turn into an eclipse. All the light from that end of the hallway is just blacked out by this huge human figure. And as this already big dude slides past you, the even bigger figure just reaches out an arm and very calmly clotheslines him on the way by. Just and the I almost said guard. That technically what kind of the staff member just goes over onto their back and just bang and slides along the ice on their back unconscious.
You're supposed to shuffle. Put your whole foot down. Heel to toe is just how you fall. I mean, look at you.
Mr. Box, stepping into the light in front of you, because like I said, the light from behind him is just blocked. So as he steps a little closer, one of these lights in the ceiling finally picks up his image. This is probably in his 80s. He's huge. It's like Andre the Giant kind of big. But Andre the Giant, if he'd let himself go. Like just a tree of a human being, absolutely massive. And he
Now,
looks.
spoiler alert, I've met Andre the Giant.
Did you? Cool.
He was
Yes.
huge.
Yeah. I haven't met him, but I
Especially
have
when
met.
you're
Yeah.
6.
Yeah. I've met pro football players, and that's creepy.
Yeah.
But
Andre
yeah.
the Giant is a league above normal
Okay, so
men, but
that,
yeah, I know.
wearing pajamas, obviously custom-made pajamas, exactly the same as yours, but huge. The logo on them that's, this big on your chest looks like a button on his. He's that big, right? And he looks you in the eyes very, very seriously, and he points a finger the size of a forearm at you and says, "Take off all your clothes so I know you're not possessed."
Thinks for a second.
He reaches down and
Takes his
starts
shirt off.
unbuttoning his shirt.
Yeah. He takes his shirt off, and all of the stuff that he's been carrying with him just clatters to the ground.
Yeah. He pulls off his shirt as well, revealing a monstrosity. But you can now tell he's dyed his hair and his huge sideburns black. He's also dyed sort of a V of his chest hair black, which was fine when he had the pajamas on. But now that he's taken that off, there's these big gray patches here that extend the rest of the way down his torso. He reaches for the pajama pants string and then looks at you and says, "Tell me tell me something that doesn't make you sound like you're old."
Oh my sweet gods, it is Baba Hotep.
He just thinks for a second, like, yeet, as he throws his shirt to the ground.
He turns back and looks at the guy as he slides at the end of the hall and poof, into the wall. He turns back and goes, "Uh-huh." And he gestures into the room behind you.
Coast is clear, guys.
You walk into the room?
Yeah.
Do you say anything before this thing behind you has to turn sideways and duck to come in the door one knee at a time?
Well, you're just a hunk of burning love, aren't you, buddy?
Without missing a beat, he looks back at you and he says, "Don't you mean a grunka burning love?" And he looks at you like that should make sense.
No. 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 No.
Looking in the glasses.
Pardon me? Oh, they're gone. Just left the glasses. Yeah.
Yep.
If this is a legitimate Elvis phobia, please let me know and we can stop. If this is just, I can't believe you went here, then thank you. Okay.
Oh no, I love Elvis.
Okay. So, I was gonna ask Will what they were gonna do, but apparently there's no point in that. Jet, you see
Yeah.
this figure, like I said, they literally have to duck down, put one leg in, bring the head in, put the ass in, bring the other leg in, and then stand back up. That's how big they are to get through a 6'6" door.
I look at this thing coming in, and I decide that it is not the most pressing issue because Will is still gravely injured here.
Yes.
And if Red is not getting me the morphine and painkillers that I need, then I'm just gonna just don't move, and I'm gonna get up and just start pulling all of the pills off of each of the side tables, looking for anything that can quell pain.
Absolutely. So yes, I forgot to mention, as they were coming in the door, that you could hear the piano playing Baby Elephant Walk. Yeah, I'm sorry, that's the clown music. Wrong song, but Baby Elephant Walk as they were coming through the door. That's the one. Yep. And then as you start digging through the pills, it gets you're finding all kinds of ones that in and there's all kinds of massive painkillers there. But as you got up and walked over against that you did pizzicato violin strings, somehow done on a piano. So ding 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 as you walk towards the pills. But yeah, you find many, all kinds of pain pills. Yeah.
coming back over to Will. Here,
Yeah.
take these. Just-
Well, yeah.
She's going to, because I can't. I wish I had like a mind to mind thing, but she doesn't
I
have
have that.
Because she's been trying to get him to understand. Like, I'm not actually hurt. I'm just trying to get one of them here so that like we can get questions answered.
Right.
But like,
Jet is
Red is-
completely oblivious.
Yeah.
Red is gonna walk over and like stop Jet. And go.
Okay.
They're pretending.
No,
I'm
they're in pain.
They're gonna offer their hand to Will. It doesn't look like it's gonna work.
just takes the hand and gets up.
Yeah.
What? You were faking?
I was trying to get the orderly back in here to get some questions answered.
Why didn't you say that?
Did it? I needed you to believe it to make it more realistic.
Great. So just I'm the fool now. Everyone else knew. It's just me. Okay.
Jet,
Okay.
it's okay. You're
Yeah. No, it's fine. It's fine.
Oh, man.
She'll give him a hug and just be like, "You're a really good kid." You know that.
Yeah, I get it. Thanks.
That would just be so much funnier if they were aged to be older than Will.
Well, I am 19
Yeah.
and mad about it.
Yeah.
And Will's about
1990.
35.
Yeah. Yeah. So watching
Don't be
this.
surprised if
touching-
the next time you come screaming, I just think you're faking.
Jet.
What?
We got the orderly, didn't we?
It was a ruse.
It's not fun when you're on the other side of the ruse. Okay.
I was gonna ask if any of you had been possessed by the laundry liches, but I'm fairly certain that you haven't.
Don't know who that is.
Yeah.
I haven't seen any liches, although my back kind of itches.
You're really big.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much.
Fuck.
And then he looks right at you and he says, you got to admit, though, I'm damn ugly with my face all down here. And he's pointing at his chest.
Look, I can see a pattern here. Let me guess. There's someone you're trying to impress or something you lost recently. Do you need help with something?
Well, I broke my heart a bunch of times, but that's not why I'm here. Last human thing I remember was sitting on a toilet. Then this.
So you were human too at one point?
I certainly was. I was more than human. He tries to pop the collar and realizes he's taking his shirt off and there's no collar to pop.
Mr. Box,
Yes.
can I have a moment? What is this guy's deal?
I think he's Elvis.
Who?
Elvis, the king.
We didn't have a king.
Rock
He
and
lives on a
roll.
spaceship.
No, you're a little young, aren't you?
Red.
Is everyone going to point that out?
Red.
I'm sorry, but if you've noticed, we're all old.
Yeah,
It's
and you're
hard
still
to
treating me
tell.
like a kid.
It's hard to tell.
Red is giving you the age-old look of how do you not know this exists?
Elvis Presley was a
You know, everyone knows who this guy is.
yes, music,
Will?
Yes.
rock and roll. And he tries to do the hip swing. He's like, oh shit! Oh, hold on a sec. That's not a good idea. Yeah.
If you fall and break your pelvis, I am not helping you.
Yes. That's right. No, That was old Elvis. He's not in this, but I just heard you break your pelvis, and I heard old Elvis in the other room go, "What?"
Will's gonna look back to chat. Yes, they're a musician from the early 1950s.
Everyone knows who this guy is.
Yes.
They were revolutionary for music.
Okay. Why is
Think
he
like
here?
Jay-Z, only he knew what he was doing.
And why
No.
is this Elvis guy here? Why are you
That's
here?
a very good question. Why are you here?
I'm here to kill the laundry liches. Uh-huh.
Well,
And he does
The
little.
laundry liches.
Yeah, some people call them bad fashion. They're clothes from an outdated era that take over the people that put them on and force them to think elderly thoughts.
Is that why you're naked?
I'm only naked from the waist up.
Okay.
And given the
Red is
movement that
just-
accompanied that, you're probably glad he's only naked from the waist up. Yeah.
Red is just gonna calmly cross their arms. I am not removing my shirt.
neither am I.
I don't think that'll be necessary. None of you are showing any outdated social ideas or values.
No, I'm just from Canada.
And he looks at you and he says, "Oh, you took your shirt off. Now
That's
I
right, I
got.
did.
Now
Oh,
I got
shit,
I
where's my
break
shirt?
hotel."
So
So you
where
wanna-
are these laundry liches?
It's easy to tell because the old people move real fast when they're wearing them. You help me kill every last one of them? Not the old people, just the clothes.
We need to kill clothes. You do understand that clothes are not living in the traditional sense.
Well, of course not. They're undead.
Uh-huh.
We'll
Sure.
just-
Let's kill some clothes. What do you say, friends? You want to kill some clothes together?
Will?
Is this as bad as the claymation? No. I don't think it could get any weirder, though, than the guy who was in love with the ear.
I've still got that.
Let's kill some clothes. Do I have
Is it a
my-
fleshy ear now?
No, it's still 8-bit. And it's the only parts of color in the whole fucking thing.
Looks like a
It
little
looks like
lid-
it fits
it's a lid-
in,
yeah,
too.
Yeah,
It's an ear.
yeah. I
8-bit
don't know
gray
where it
card-
is.
or
Never mind.
voxeled ear.
Do I have my gun still?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. You're just an old person with a gun now. Yep, you're equipped exactly as you were before.
Let's go to the laundry room and kill these clothes. Okay? Lead
Mr.
the way.
Box comes back and he's got his shirt has been used to tie up his things, and he's broken off a table leg and tied it to the bag. And he's
You
all
have
right,
a,
I'm ready. Still
you
not
have
wearing
a
a shirt.
bindle. Yeah. All right.
Still not wearing a shirt.
Nope. Oh, old person with the gun. So Texas. You have a new nickname. Yeah. So with that, Elvis turns around and crunches back out the door again. Who goes first? Who goes after him?
Jet.
Then Will.
Mr. Box.
Okay.
I'll,
So
I'll be in the back.
you're in the back just as you come out, Red. The rest of you sort of see around Elvis, down at the end of a hall, a cloak, like an old vampire cloak, billowing and flowing. You can just barely beyond the high turned up collar see a tiny little bald head with a little fringe of gray hair, and it's at the end of the hallway. It's a T hallway, and they just go across the end, just.
Well, that's
Quite
not
quickly.
creepy.
He looks at him and goes, "Oh, there goes one of them now," and starts to lumber down the hall.
Yeah, I pull out my gun, trying
Yeah.
to shoot past him,
Yeah.
and then I hesitate,
Yes.
and I turn to Will behind me,
Yeah.
and I say, "Is this another prank? Oh, it's going to be
First
so
off-
funny if I go and shoot a cloak.
no.
Is that what this is?
It wasn't a prank to begin with. I needed to get the orderly back into the room so that we could question him.
Is this a ruse or not?
No, this is not. We're actually
then
hunting
you-
old
then-
people in old clothes.
Then you shoot first. I don't want to
Takes
go
out-
first anymore.
Yeah.
Takes out my pistol and fires around at the old person.
Okay.
Only
just like-
after Will does this will
Yeah.
I like very
Just,
hesitantly.
just know
Okay.
we're not aiming for the people. We're aiming for
No.
their
Focus,
clothes.
For the
focus
cloak,
and
but-
shoot or shoot. And yes,
Focus and
please
shoot.
tell me exactly where you're shooting.
I'm aiming right for the billowing cloak
Okay.
that I'm thinking is passing by the hallway.
Yep. Okay.
So roll with focus, and then
Yep. One shot
it would
with
be
focus
a
then.
test.
Yeah.
Right?
It's a ranged weapon. Is that your specialty?
Yes, light
Proficient?
range.
Okay. Then in that case, yeah. We'll do this one. I'll give you advantage. Yeah. One-handed. Yeah. Squeeze off a shot. What did you did?
Yeah,
Because the first one with focus, I got
Yeah.
2 1s,
Oh wow. Okay.
and then the second time I got a 4, a 1, and a 3.
A 4, a 1, and a 3. Wow. Okay. Okay. Trust me. Before I start this description, trust me.
Okay.
You squeeze off the round, and you kind of at the last minute you have to move to get around this mighty thigh as it sort of the leg lands and the ground shakes under you, and it's as the round goes off. It goes through the cloak, clean as a bullet, but it hits the far leg of the little old man, and you hear. And the figure hits the ground. The robe skitters off of him and tries to like inchworm its way up the hall away from this old man in his pajamas laying on the floor with his shattered wooden leg underneath him. So yes, you shot him, but it was a wooden leg, so
Oh, he was a pirate.
yeah.
Okay.
The robe is injured but not dead as it crawls away around the corner. Or tries to. Jet, you said you were just sort of waiting.
Yeah, when Will takes the shot,
Yeah.
I'll fire off too. I'm not focusing. I don't want to look too committed to this. I'm still skeptical. So I'm just gonna
Yeah.
fire off 2 shots as quickly as I can.
All right. So 5s and 6s, 2 shots.
Yep. While looking as uninterested as possible.
Jaded.
Sorry, I lost the sheet. Here it is. Okay.
I think it is Zoom that's killing all the sound effects.
And I think I have advantage. This is my mastered weapon, so I have
Yes.
advantage, right?
Yeah, you got it.
Absolutely.
Okay, so
Yep.
pop. 6 and a 4, so 1 hit.
So yes. Blam! The first one whistles. You saw the little gray wisp of hair. Weirdly enough, this was a toupee, even the partial hair. So that gets sort of like sucked off his head by the wind of the passage. You almost brained him, but you missed. The second one, however, catches the fringe of the cloak just before it goes around the corner, and the whole cloak stiffens and dramatically pauses, and you hear dun ding dun dun on the piano, and then ba-da-dunk, and it collapses dead on the floor.
If it had hands, it would be doing this.
Yes, yeah.
I am
I
so
sorry,
hoping.
I'm interrupting for just a second. I noticed that it falls down, and I look around just to like verify that other people saw me do that.
Good
Okay.
shot.
Right.
Good shot, eh?
Good job,
I
Jet.
am so hoping that at some point we're gonna have a piece of clothing that dies like the Wicked Witch.
Isn't that silk?
So, just kind of boom, 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 as giant Elvis slows down now that the robe is dead. the little old man on the floor, by the time he gets there, he just leans down and you hear him start to murmur at very low volume, "Hush, little baby, now, don't you cry." And he just puts the old man to sleep. And he picks him up and carries him down the hall like a baby and kicks open one door of the room and walks in. And a couple of seconds later, comes back out and closes the door and comes back to you guys and looks around and says, "If any of you tell anybody I ever did that, I'll kill you."
Did what?
And he turns around and he says, "We gotta get the rest of them."
Red is gonna walk over to where the cloak is.
Yeah.
And they're gonna kneel down. They're gonna put their hand over it. They're not gonna touch it, and they're gonna
Yeah.
burn it
Yeah.
just for extra measure.
You light it on fire, and you and it starts to burn, and then you can hear it screaming, just on like almost inaudibly high, like this would make your dog screech, but you can still just barely hear it, just as it burns all the way up until finally it's gone and turns into dust and cobwebs and gets caught in the corner. Cool, we just figured out how cobwebs happen. That's what happens when laundry liches die. I knew it.
Double tap.
What do you do next?
Well, if we're after clothes, then the most logical explanation would be like the laundry room, eh?
He seems to know where he's going. Your friend, I mean.
Oh,
The laundry room's kind of like a safe room. They don't like going in there at all. You've got to go in the closets. And he just starts heading towards a random door in the hallway.
You want to scare it out? We'll take care of it.
He just grins and reaches for the door. But he stopped up to get fingers through the door and just pulls the whole door off the hinges, throws it down the hall, and storms in, screaming, "Don't worry, I'm here to save you." And inside you just hear the frail screaming of 4 old people.
Running to there.
Okay. Yep. Well,
Just after Jet, like, you don't have to do that.
What would you do?
Leave it, because we have a bigger issue to deal with.
Okay, fine. Follow your lead.
They're just scared. They're not in trouble.
And lead the way.
from inside you hear the smashing of wooden chests and drawers and the cupboard or closet doors being ripped out of their sockets.
Mr. Box pokes his head in.
It looks like a space marine in a space marine bull in a china shop. Like, it's just every bed is broken. The 4 old people are just cowering in the corner. 2 of them have passed out from just fear, but they're all just hiding in the corner. And you can see him in the big common closet they share, and there's just clothes flying out everywhere behind him, and he's screaming, "I'll kill y'all, just come on out, I'll kill y'all." And the clothes just come out and flutter to the ground. Give me a perception-y kind of a check. Anybody that's in the room or at the door.
Oh.
Or paying attention in any way.
Red is
I like that.
looking around. Red is looking around outside of the room just in case like another old person walks by in a weird dress.
Perfect. Okay.
I have a 6.
Okay. And
We'll got a 3 and a 2.
That's 3 or 2. You don't see anything. And Jet said no. So perfect.
Jet's not looking.
Mr. Box, you're the only one that sees it. The clothes kind of down to the floor, and then a velour shirt with a collar that wide on both sides, and the black shiny buttons that don't start till here. Like it's got the big wide lapel too, all the way down to there, and it's all worn out and patchy. I mean, velour's bad anyway because you got to rub it all the same direction to make it the same color. But yeah, it's like circa 1980. Velour shirt starts crawling towards the 4 old people in the corner. Just tick tick, tick tick, as the cufflinks hit the floor.
You're dry clean only, aren't you, bud? And he uses freeze to break one inanimate object that's about half your size or smaller.
Okay, it is definitely half your size, or almost
And
precisely
that is a
half your
5.
size or smaller. What with it being a shirt, which is designed to cover half your size.
Yeah.
What did you roll?
That is a 5.
A 5. Okay. You don't kill it, but you kind of freeze it in the spot almost. Everything but the shoulders. So the shoulders are still going. The little collar starts to flap like it's trying to fly. Trying to get towards the 4 old people in the corner, but you've frozen the sort of waist and the cuffs to the floor.
Sort of hops over, swings his hobo bag.
Yeah. It now does the rose and nitrogen routine and shatters. It is now a sleeveless, cut-off velour shirt with one button right at the very bottom.
That is the trashiest tank top in the history of trashy tank tops.
You said it. It hits the ground and starts crawling through the icy darkness towards the 4 old people in the corner, but it's now aiming at one of the women.
No, we can't have that happen.
Said
No, no.
What are you doing, Red? You're out in the hallway. You see, you don't see, well, you do. You see / hear doors starting to open down at the far end of the hall. And it's just click, 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 click. And then as they continue to open towards you, I can't do 2 sounds at once. They keep clicking, but now it's thud, 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 as people start stepping out in ancient, old-fashioned, like smoking jacket robes. All the stitched paisley, gold on red, with, again, the wide thing that comes down to a belt.
Mm-hmm.
And every single one of them is just coming towards you. You can see a great big logo on each one of them that
They're
has
all
the name
asleep.
of this company.
They're all asleep.
Yeah. They all fell asleep in their robes, and now they're coming to catch you. Zombie sleepwalking in their, or their clothes are possessed. What do you do, Red?
Is Jet out here with me?
I'm in the hallway.
So yeah, so that's what the
Same
2
with
of you
Will.
see.
I'm gonna-
Oh, so
I'm
the
gonna
3 of
try
you
to
are, that's
start-
right, all 3 of you are in the hallway, so it's only Mr. Box inside that sees the
I'm
crop
gonna
top
reach
doom.
back and start patting both of them. Even though Red is human again, they're like 6 feet tall.
Yep.
They're still
yeah.
a very tall bean,
Yep.
like bean pole.
Yep.
But
Well,
they're gonna get your guys' attention. Like, yeah, we got a situation here.
Situation.
you turn around
Oh.
and it's like all the zombies.
Yeah. Firing.
Okay, yeah. Will, what are you doing?
Will's doesn't want to hurt the old people,
Yep.
so they're going to put up a shield so they can't get to where we are and
Okay.
just stop.
Okay, yeah. So you're gonna block the hall, and then Jet,
says
that would
the
that
test.
would certainly make it easy for you to start, trying to shoot, which allows me
I-
to ask you the question: are you shooting clothes, are you shooting people, or are you just shooting into the maps?
I'm shooting close. Can
Okay.
I shoot through the shield, or is that? Or
Oh
is
yes,
Will just
yes,
gonna-
because
okay.
this is a brilliant idea. This is the kind of idea that makes that when writers of zombie movies have it, they go, "That's really good. Let's not put it in because the movie will only be 20 minutes long." That's okay. I have we're all good. You're not anywhere near done yet, but
Okay. I got a 5 on the first and a 6 on the second.
perfect. So,
I got a 6 on my shield.
oh, perfect. So, what does a shield look like, Will?
my thought is it starts out as like a I was gonna say a badge.
Yes,
But
yeah.
because of how many there are, it turns into like a riot
A
guard.
riot shield, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
The see-through ones, and so we can see from the inside. You can see would it be Equilop? Yeah, from this side, Equilop. Yeah,
Yeah.
um,
And she's just she's effectively holding it like
yeah.
so they can't get any closer.
So you're standing like this, and then in my head, it's out in front of you, like it's 10 feet
Yeah.
down the hall. You just kind of that's the magic pose that you have to take up to do it. And then Jet steps past you and just starts shooting lapels and hemlines and the big baggy sleeves, and it pop. The first two shots kill the first one, and it kind of falls down off the shoulders. You can see it sort of clinging to the old person as it falls to the ground. When it finally hits the ground, it starts to turn into the gray ash that the other one did before. And the old person is like, "What the hell am I doing here? Nurse!" And the other ones start pouring in behind them. One of them starts undoing their robe. I had to pause for a second until I made it different in my head. But one of them starts undoing the robe and trying to wrap the old man up in it, like this one laundry lich is trying to take over a second body. Meanwhile, back in the room, Mr. Vox, the tank top, the velour tank top of infinite tackiness.
The velour tank top of infinite tackiness.
Oh, and at this exact moment, this is when Big Elvis, the Grunka burnin' love, breaks through the wall of this closet into the next room, which he has decided is the fastest way to get to the next closet. So you have a rampaging, the famous story of Andre the Giant setting the alcohol consumption record for beers, like 120 something beers in one drinking session. Yeah, this is him making decisions. Yeah. He's going through walls to get to the next closet. So that's what you've got.
Andre the Giant that had two of the burliest guys in the stable had to carry him home one night because he got so blasted in Belgium. And they could barely do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's what you got.
Mr. Box is going to kind of like stick his table leg down on like one corner.
Yeah.
Of the crop top.
Yeah.
It's not a crop top, whatever the abomination.
They called it I think it was called a crop velour. Yeah. Okay. So there, that works. And yes, Elvis just went ha ta-da through the wall.
Well, he's going to look down and he's like, "I don't think that's a very good idea there, mister." He's going to shatter it again.
Yeah. I mean, it's right there. You're touching it even. You just watch the cold spread out from your foot or from the stick where you're standing on it. And then it just shatters into a fine mist on the floor. The four in the corner stand up and start coming towards you. "Oh, that's so sweet. That's so nice. Oh, such a nice young man." And the little guys hugging you and shaking your hands. And the little old ladies, "I should introduce you to my daughter. She's really nice. She's only on her third husband. I think he's gonna die soon." And they're just all over you, like, and they come up to here, right? It's like just, and you can't touch them for fear of breaking them, right? They're just
and because the good Canadian that he is, he's just being,
you got your arms up here to avoid any sort of contact. Yeah.
At one point he makes a quip about the shirt not being good in the winter.
Too much one of the little old ladies goes, "Oh yeah, your nips would freeze right off." Out in the hall, you hear the sound of gunfire at that moment.
Oh shit!
Only slightly less loud than Elvis going through the wall into the other room. And for anybody that hasn't figured it out yet, including Mr. Box, the fact that you're doing an old person's voice is apparently a choice because being in an old body has not physically changed your abilities. So you just assumed you were supposed to do an old man voice, so you did.
Well, it's a Splinter thing, right?
Yes,
they just kind of...
That makes perfect sense, yeah. "I am an old man now. Okay.
okay, that makes
Yeah.
total sense.
Strawberry hard candies and Werther's. That's Werther's. Okay,
Werther's.
back to the show. I'm just gonna drool over here for a little bit. Anyway,
My grandma was buttermints and jelly beans.
oh,
Campinos
Mhm.
and Scotch mints for grandma.
ribbon candy. Oh no, don't give me candy you can eat by the foot.
All right,
I will take
let's
that as a
stop
challenge.
feeling old and let's get back to this game.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Do it.
Hey,
Red
Red,
is gonna
yeah.
step forward,
Yes.
and we
Please.
see we can see fire start to come up off of their shoulders and on the top of their head to look like hair.
Oh yeah.
They're just gonna get the hallway really, really warm.
Okay.
Because these are all like
Uh-huh.
smoking robes and jackets. Like they're
Yep.
very thick. They're
Yep.
long sleeve. It's
Yep.
not gonna be very comfortable to wear
That
those.
is absolutely brilliant. Yep. Okay. So yeah, you just walk up
Yes.
behind the shield and just start to radiate. The shield starts to glow. We're gonna do a flashback. The shield starts to glow white like your glasses did earlier when you realized you could still fire. So you just start, and yeah, you create a heat wave over the.
Do you remember when clothes didn't possess old people? Pepperidge Farm remembers.
Well, they remember wrong because these clothes are possessing old people.
Oh, that's the Alzheimer's. That's not my
You
fault.
see, it is a brilliant idea, absolutely brilliant idea. However, you have underestimated old people, kind of. They don't immediately go, "Oh, I'm overheated," and start taking off the robes. They stop struggling, and they all stand and start pushing forward towards the heat source. And they're like moths with a flame. They're like 18 inches away, going, "It's nice and warm over here. Oh, this is good." And they're like, finally, their little hands are coming out of their smoking jackets, and they're holding them up to the heat source that you're creating. So they're piling in. This is like a soccer riot about to happen, but it's just old people trying to get to the heat. I love that. This is exactly what I imagine Red's doing right now. But what the? Why you? But what? I don't. I will never understand old people.
I think when Red realizes, oh, this is getting them closer, so I don't have to risk anything.
Yes.
They're gonna reach their hand around and grab the sleeve and burn and start like just burning the robe, not the person,
Yeah.
just
Oh.
bust the robe.
Absolutely.
Oh, you want to be warm, eh? You whippersnapper.
So with you burning rags, and you guys are shooting and all kinds of stuff. Yeah, you light the first one on fire. Just grab like one of those big sleeves, and it lights on fire, and the person wearing it says, "Oh, and they start shaking their arm, which just makes it burn more and more and more. But you somehow you see that the stuff is sort of, I mean, it's not fireproof, it's not modern material, right? It's kind of dripping off of them, and it should be going on to their it should be burning right onto them. But the pajamas underneath with all that starch are acting like Teflon, and it's just sliding off of them and melting away. And as it sort of melts down off, it goes up the arm, hits to the neck, and it starts to burn down from there. And you can see them kind of trying to scoop it back up. Say, "Oh, the warm's going away. Oh, it's so cold. Oh, I'm freezing." And then it just, as it oozes down their butt, they don't even notice that they're basically on fire until it gets to the ground and it goes out. And then they just stand there looking cold and sad and unpossessed.
Well, I'm still on fire. I'm still on fire.
Yep. Oh yeah, you still are. Yeah. And I'm assuming, Jet, you're still shooting away, and yeah. But I guess my point is, you guys have got a system to deal with this group coming down the hall. So let's leave you guys sort of processing zombie clothes, and go back to Mr. Box. Elvis is raising hell in the other room, but I need another perception launch. Yeah.
All right, let's see if I can see over all these old people.
Yes, of course, undead clothes burn. The undead burn. So do old clothes.
We have a
They're all
negatory.
nylon. They melt.
0 for 3.
Okay. So yeah, you just hear screaming in the next room. where
Oh, it
Elvis is.
sounds like they're having a good time. So, bingo night.
So where do you go?
Actually,
Elvis.
at this point, he's starting to get a little concerned about big old Elvis.
Yeah.
Kind of peeks his head into the hole. You okay down there, King? It sounds like all the action's happening outside.
All you could see through the hole as you sort of bend over and look is just sort of these two huge tree-like legs wearing the pajama bottoms, and this big sort of ass. I mean, it's not sort of an ass, it's a big ass wrapped in pajama pants, just gyrating madly. And above that, an ancient giant Elvis, Andre the Giant, doing the whole dancey thing. And in the corner are now 8. They've opened the door and come in from the next room. There are 8 people standing in the corner behind a makeshift. They've pushed one of the beds over like a barrier, and they're all going ah, 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 and screaming while he sings at them. On the other side of the barrier, there's 3 of them holding back the barrier, it's like they're living a flashback.
Ooh.
That must have been one hell of a party. As he sort of realizes that he's 6 inches away from a big grunk of butt.
Yeah. Oh no, you see a human.
That's
butt.
in my brain now.
He thinks he's
that's
a
never
grunk.
leaving. That's that.
Well, he might be
that's
one.
in the
You
back of my
guys
eyeballs.
aren't what you look
Okay.
like. Yeah.
Sort of moves some of the rubble.
Yeah.
Hide the hole.
This allows you to see the flower lay around his neck.
Oh, it doesn't seem right. That seems a little tacky.
He kind of turns to you between verses and mutters down to you, "It was Hawaii. It was one of my best tours." And he goes back to wooing the crowd.
Yeah, I remember that video. That was tacky as shit.
He turns around and looks at you in the middle of the song, flips up the non-existent collar and goes, "Thank you very much." Turns around and goes back to dance. I'm going to use that as many times as I can. You're going to do what?
He's going to try and freeze the lay and break it.
Oh, okay.
Because he thinks it's a laundry lich.
The lay of ogre strength. Okay. Yeah. Give
laundry
me a
lay lich.
Yeah.
Lich lay. 6.
A 6. Okay. The lay freezes and shatters and falls away from him. And it's like the spell is broken. One of the people on the other side of the barrier goes, "Oh, put your shirt on. Oh, will you shut up? Fred, stop it. Fred, you're not Elvis, Fred. Fucking go to bed, Fred. Would you just..." And all of a sudden, there's just 7 people have now turned on him and are coming towards her.
King, I think now's a good time to skedaddle.
He looks at you and he's just shattered. They don't believe.
It's okay.
And he just turns and walks out through the hole that he made back into the other room.
Oh dear. I feel like I broke the poor man's heart.
And one of the people says, "That poor man's name is Fred. He's been in here 40 years. He steals everybody's drugs. He doesn't think he's Elvis. He's just an asshole." Just a big slumped shoulders walking away. Nobody's watching him. He's got no reason to be acting. He's walking down the hall.
Well, that's really too bad. He seems like a decent fellow. Presley says him.
The 3 of you out in the hall, sir, you got this under control. There's only 1 or 2 left, and you're just waiting for him to get close when you hear the boom, 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 boom. And you see big sad Elvis walking away down the hall.
Should we do something about that? Red? Will?
I'm really not good with people.
Sadly, neither am I.
Fine. Do you have this under control?
Red holds up their hands, they're on fire. Obviously.
Hey, Mr. Elvis? You okay, man?
He stops and turns around and says, I kind of always liked Aaron.
I didn't catch that.
Oh, sorry.
Man.
He says, I've always kind of liked Aaron. My middle name, you know.
Right, your middle name. Okay, you want me to call you that instead?
Yeah. He kind of stands up and starts to look like there's hope again. And behind him, you see a pale pastel pink flash of color. Then you see it again. And then out from around a door frame floats in midair a leisure suit. The palest pink, thick nylon material. The giant collar on the jacket with an even gianter collar of the shirt underneath with the frilly front. And the matching pants. And the white fake leather belt and matching shoes. Floats out behind him and starts to move towards him. Yeah, Aaron fucking Presley. And he stands up and it's coming right for him. What do you do?
Hey, I'm drawing my gun. Like we've seen a lot of
Yeah.
attacking clothes. Drawing the gun. Will, Red, should I shoot this one?
What are you doing? I'll give you anything you want. You can have my guitar or anything.
No, get down.
That's not really my style musically, but I'll try.
I'm not getting an answer, so I'm shooting.
So,
Yes.
Will, upon hearing what's going on over there, she'll run over, and yeah, she's gonna do it. She'll take the bullet essentially and place herself between Elvis and this horrible looking clothing, letting herself get possessed if
wow.
necessary.
Okay. Will versus the
Oh.
leisure suit. That sounds like a bad video game.
Mm.
Okay, you hurl yourself in front of like a mannequin. You T-pose mannequin, right? Waiting for it because you know it's just gonna go flap and be on you, right? So, yeah, with the face.
T-pose to establish
Oh,
dominance.
and I almost forgot this is sepia tone. So this is the only I forgot, and I should have been mentioning that the whole night because this is the only color you've seen in this entire world. The only thing that isn't sepia toned is this pastel pink leisure suit. You leap in front of it. That's Will. Mr. Box, what are you doing? You sort of followed him out of the room. So.
Yeah.
I'll come back to you in a second.
Yeah,
Jet, you're shooting?
Not sure what you're doing.
Shooting.
Okay, shooting at the leisure suit. Okay. And Red.
That's okay.
Currently, Red is still more focused on the remaining clothes zombies.
Perfect. Yeah, there's one or two left, so you're just sort of staying back there, cleaning up the background. Perfect. Okay. Jet, you get a shot off first. You squeeze it past Dancing Elvis and charging Will. Will charging with a will. Yes, leisure suit Larry was hideous. Yes.
Acrobat. 1-6.
Okay. So what was Jet? How did you do with your shot?
1 hit.
Okay. So yeah, poof, you shoot it right in the midriff, and that huge, slightly off pink, shiny, fake satin cummerbund explodes and falls to the ground. 1 point
Explodes
of
in
damage.
rhinestones.
Yeah. 1 point of damage just as the cummerbund blows its seam and falls to the ground. Yeah, Will.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry. It's what falls to the
It
ground?
blows its seam
Yes.
and falls,
Falls to the ground. Yes. It's the thing that you wear around the waist on a tuxedo. It's satin. Yes. And yes, it has a seam. Hmm.
Sounds pretty differently.
I know. That's why I had to ask.
I got a 1, a 4, and a 6.
Okay. I got it. That's good. You throw yourself into the T-pose, make a joke because, the joke's on you because it exploded on you. The cummerbund explodes all over the place, and then the rest of the suit just hits you and kind of wraps around you. And you're wearing it now. Only Zom times. It just, you feel this ancient power try to take you over. It's kind of the leisure suit era in the 70s, but it's really more than that. It's the greed that went behind that greed from all of history, all the way back to trying to get more gold than the last guy, trying to look better than the last guy, trying to get more girls than the last guy. It's all of that just want. And it hammers into you. I need a save.
Okay, how do I do that? Test or
One
disadvantage?
die, unless you've got something that would
Okay.
make you physically or psychically tough.
No.
Will and Graceland.
2.
Okay, a 2. You have the overwhelming urge to talk about the good old days. At the expense of everything else that you were planning to do for this next turn or two. You will stop all of that. And in the midst of whatever's going on, you will tell us about the good old days.
Okay.
Repeatedly.
Back in my day.
But yes, now.
13 miles uphill in the snow.
Both
ways.
Yeah. Mr. Box, what were you going to do? I didn't come back to you. You've seen this happen now.
Okay. Mr. Box is going to. It's not precise enough to get just the clothes now that they're on Will.
Yep.
So I'm basically, and I'm sorry, going to encase you in a block of ice.
Yeah.
I deserve
I was
this.
gonna say, while you're thinking about it, you hear the piano going dun 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 dun.
Oh, 2 4s.
Dun, 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 dun. 2 4s. Okay.
Negatory.
No, it's worse than that. That's a fail. This is a fun moment. It kind of looks like you did ice art for the middle of a table, like for a very fancy wedding. It kind of looks like an angel, but all you really did, because nylon doesn't freeze, what you did was froze Will's head, and then the ice is sort of sitting on those huge shoulders and melted off of that in these long curves that go down and then don't touch the ground again until just around their feet where they froze it there. So yes, they're frozen to the ground like an angel, but the suit itself is still awake and alive and functioning.
What the?
So, what would you like to do? Nobody was listening.
Oh, wait, me?
Not a fucking person. Not one of you was listening. Everybody was reading chat.
We have to. That's a big one.
I'm like, okay.
There's a lot going on there.
Yes.
I'm going to steal that. I'm totally stealing that. I'm just warning you. I will read it off the screen.
Well, that's okay. Now I get it. At least I get the reference. Yeah, that's your script for your next 2 turns. Now I finally figured that out. Okay. So yes, you start talking about onions. Sorry it took me so long. What else is everybody else doing?
Are we finally done with all these little zombies over here?
Yes, they are all finished now. The last of them has melted away. There is a multicolored puddle of sepia tones. I don't know how that's done. Various shades of sepia. All the clothes that melted on the floor. And there's a whole bunch of old people now all huddling together and shivering in the hall. They slowly start to drift off and go back to their rooms.
I think Mr. Box is a little cold.
So Red, now you are now free to enter the fray.
I turn and I see that Will is wearing something horrible.
Yeah. All dressed in nice and a pink leisure suit to boot. Yes.
Yeah, no, I'm not as careful as I was with the elderly people because
Yeah,
I'm just gonna lob a fireball at you.
yeah,
Just-
absolutely, yep.
you know what I'm gonna
I
do? I'm
just
gonna
felt myself age.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah.
you
Light
know what
'em
I'm
up.
gonna do? I'm gonna granny toss it.
Now that is something that somebody has to do the next time they play a wizard. Granny toss a fireball.
So yeah, you thump. And yeah, give us a roll just to see how well it goes.
All right. 5.
5. That is a success. You melt all the ice, first of all. So, Will, you can breathe again. You were like inside a ball of ice. Now it's gone. But then almost immediately, you start to smell burning you and burning plastic. The burning you is you. The burning plastic is the clothes. You look down and the flared trousers, like they're of course they're big flares. And you realize now that you're actually standing also wearing 4-inch platform high heels. They got the 3-inch thing at the front and 4-inch at the back, and fake goldfish in them, just cause floating around. But yes, your gigantic pants, bell bottoms, are starting to burn, which is good for that because it did some damage to that. But you're in them. So, what would you like to do?
I shouldn't have read chat. Yeah. I'm gonna try and take those off,
Okay.
even though I know like that's not exactly what they do.
Oh shit! I'm on fire.
Try
Yeah,
and give
like-
give me a save again as you try and will yourself to take these things off. They're taking over you.
2.
A 2, nope. So yeah, even though they're burning up your legs, you still find that part of you's that little dog meme. This is fine. Oh, no, even better than that. You need to turn your legs are on fire to this is still this is still worse than the old days. In the old days, no one would have lit me on fire. You wouldn't do such a thing to a nice old person.
Back in my day, we had to light ourselves on fire.
Yes.
Do
I
it laundry
was like
dishes.
at least part of it. So.
I needed an old new heel for my shoes, so I decided to go to Morganville, which is what they
Oh
call
my
Shelbyville
God.
today. So I tied an onion to my belt, which was the style at that time. I know the think the ferry cost a nickel.
So she's just starting.
And somehow, because it's that kind of thing, you have an onion tied to your belt now. But you're still wearing the pink suit, so yes.
Yep.
It replaces the cummerbund.
Yeah. Just a rope with an onion on it. Okay. Who hasn't done anything in a while? I've completely lost control. Jet, yes.
Red's fire is changing color.
Yes.
I'm sorry,
to
Will.
confusion.
And I am going to focus this time because I really don't want to hit Will.
Okay.
And I got a 4, which is
It just
good.
hits. Yeah, okay. And Red, what are you doing? Red, was there something you were...
No, my fire is just changing color to colors of confusion
Okay, colors
because of the long talking.
Yeah,
In
yeah.
a completely different accent.
Yes, so blam, the shot goes off. You take off an entire wing collar, this whole side, right across the top of the lapel. You can see the melted plastic mark where the bullet went through as the collar goes like
Now she's off center, so she's like this.
like one of those lead well, we're getting to that, but it's like one of those helicopter leaves. It's going off into the distance. And yes, they actually lean to one side from the weight difference of the amount of it that you've shot away and done even more damage to it. You the suit itself now starts to sing, staying alive, staying alive, staying alive.
Not
I need all of you to
burn,
make a
baby.
save, please.
It had to be the one song I hate the most.
Wasn't a shoulder
1.
pad. A 1. Oh, beautiful. Okay.
Will.
Okay.
In the old days, we had a real fire, not just this weak, only burns clothes fire.
Oh, it was supposed to be a disadvantage.
Save versus disco. That is
I am
correct.
going to use my reroll. or one
Okay.
of my rerolls.
A reroll to save versus disco.
I am a heavy metal boy. Give me a break here.
Yes, yes, same here.
There we
I'm
go.
rock
Kind
and
of
roll.
headbang to disco. Staying alive, staying alive. Staying alive, staying alive.
Well,
That didn't
I'm
take long.
sure if we say it, Leo will make a cover of it.
So, how did you do, Mr. Box?
I got 2 successes.
Oh, okay. So you succeeded. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to sound sad. Yes, I did. Jet,
Failure.
failure. Okay, and Red,
Did
Were
not
we
save
supposed to
cut
roll it
7.
at disadvantage?
unless you have something that would make you very resistant to mental attacks. Yeah, all saves are at disadvantage in this game.
Okay, because Red did not take any object, like any actual object from the music world.
Okay.
We
That's
see
right,
them
yeah.
like lift their. We see them lift their arm. They have that gauntlet on their arm.
Yes. Yeah.
They just press a button, and not Van. What was his name? Oh no!
All
Oh,
I'm thinking is
no.
Jump. You said Van, and I'm thinking Van Halen.
No!
Do,
It was another.
Van Morrison.
No, it's not Van. I'm thinking of a completely different guy. What was it? I even went to see a concert of this guy.
Pat Sage.
Oh, no. Hold on. Give me a hot second. Give me a hot second.
Yeah.
I gotta get it. Hang on.
What did he sing? That's what they want to know.
Rec-
Okay, the rest of
record
you, we'll
skip.
figure it out. Will, now
Nope,
on
they're
top of the urge to complain and
Nope.
say about how the old days were so much better, you
Nope.
now
Everybody's gone to bed.
oh, okay. You have now developed an unfortunate habit of yelling at inanimate objects. Jet.
Oh, I was gonna say she yells at Mr. Box.
Yeah.
Boxes in my day didn't have a move. Why do you move so much?
You know, that's like a really good question, eh? It's what I've been kind of asking myself for quite some time these days. He's rambling just because he wants to.
Yeah. And Jet, you were suddenly overcome by an attack of forgetfulness.
I
Red?
put down my gun.
Yeah. What are we doing? Yeah. Okay, perfect. Red?
Alice Cooper.
Oh, yes. Well, Alice Cooper's magic.
He
Yeah.
crosses that strange Venn
Such a good-
diagram of
such a
being
good
old
show.
and metal.
Oh, you
He's
picked
really
one of-
super
you
nice,
picked-
too.
you-
He
yeah,
is.
you
Yeah.
picked one of my and extremely well educated, as it turns out. But you picked one of my favorite people in the whole world. So now, yes,
A Venn diagram.
you.
So, what Red took from the music world
Yeah.
was a song. It's not. There's no singing. It's just instrumental guitar.
Mhm.
But it's Alice Cooper that they are now playing on their gauntlet to ignore this horrible song, this horrible music.
It does more than that. You crank on the Cooper, and the first couple of chords and the bass line and the drums kick in, and the instrumental the instrumental starts up, and you see the. It's like being at a concert right up front. You can see the pink leisure suit start to boom, 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 like when you're standing too close to the speakers. You could see it start to shake. The stitches start to come undone. At the end of the first cut, because you can only use short cuts of Alice Cooper for copyright reasons, so we get to use a bunch of Alice Cooper in a row. The next one, all of a sudden, yeah, we're going with chat. The first screaming, howling couple of words of "school's out," and the stitches blow on the lapel. We cut to Teenage Frankenstein, and the front of it, just all the buttons come undone, and the frills go straight out like that at the punchline of the whole song, and it starts to fall off. The rest of you see your opportunity. Jet, it's completely shocked. It's coming apart, but it's going to need some help. How do you help finish off the leisure suit from hell?
Honestly, I think I'm still trying to remember why I even need to.
I know this song
You're
from
just
somewhere.
standing there. Oh shit, the shirt's moving.
Yeah.
Start stomping on it.
I don't like that shirt, but I don't know why. Oh, and I like remember, and I pick up the gun, but
Yeah.
too late to actually do
It's
anything.
done by the time it's done. Perfect. Yeah. Mr. Box, what are you doing?
Mr. Box is waiting for pieces that try to escape because they always try to escape.
Okay,
He remembers
absolutely,
the
yep.
the
Yep.
crop velour.
Yeah.
And he's going to freeze them and try to
You
shatter
just
them.
wait. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
You
Inside
stupid bastard.
the laundry lich. Yeah. Inside the laundry lich, you can feel its control over you starting to waver. Let's start with another save. Flow in the coop. A 6. You shake your head and you refuse to be dominated by values of a bygone age. And you know what? Some people are actually pretty decent sometimes, so to that too. And as you do that, you are free to move about the suit as you please. What do? You look down and it's already sort of tearing itself away from you in this sonic assault.
I'm just at this point assisting, like ripping it off as much as I can.
Yeah. You just start pulling it off and chunks of clothing falling off to the soulful tunage of oh no, what's it called? Headlines, yes. Anything to be in the headlines as you tear the clothes and they fall to the ground behind you. From behind you, a wall explodes and giant Elvis slams out through it, somehow dressed now in leather and rhinestones. And he stops and he steps back through the hole and comes back out with an axe. Like it's a guitar, but it's not like an old Elvis guitar. It's the double flying V. Right? And he just starts playing along with Alice Cooper. Alice steps out of a closet and just sings the last pieces to death. One or two buttons roll down the hall away, and Mr. Box is just target shooting them as they head down the hall, freezing them so that they hit the end of the wall and shatter into dust. Jet, it all comes back to you the last couple of seconds that you've missed, and you look around, and because you've got that moment of clarity, it's you that sees. The film starts to melt. The scene that you're in starts to melt. It starts to judder as the camera sticks. And this plastic, the vellum of the film starts to melt away from the edges. And you hear tung 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 on the camera. What do you do?
Mr. Box, we need cool over there now.
Oh, right.
I'm pointing.
Yeah.
He pokes out of the fourth wall. Oh shit! Snake eyes.
Oh.
You and it
crit failed.
backfires. It comes back up your arm. You're not used to having a body. It explodes off of you, wrapping your entire party in a huge glacier of ice.
Mr. Box isn't wearing his shirt.
For the nipples to the sky. Just yeah. Yeah.
Wasn't I away from them?
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
So
I
the
just wanna
three of
make
them,
sure.
yes, thank you. The three of them freeze up. You see that that whole end of the hallway is full of ice. And between
Box
you
is
and
in the middle
them,
of dropping an
the
F-bomb.
picture is melting. You see you hear the tick 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 as those little bits at the side of the film start to break because the projector's jammed.
I'm gonna jump over and use my telekinesis again to shatter the ice that they're in and try and get us like running away from this break where it's occurring.
So you run, you jump over the gap ahead of you. I don't need you to roll this. You just, as you hit it, it shatters. You shatter, they shatter, the ice shatters, the world shatters, Elvis shatters behind you. Thank you very much. It's the last thing you hear. and you fall back into the gray. It's where we'll drop the curtain on tonight. Whew.
Freeze frame, nice.
Yeah, freeze frame on the sepia, just, and actually it melts the rest of the way out to leave behind another image behind it that just says -fin. And then that fades to black when the camera starts playing the music to get you to leave the theater as the lights come on. But you don't see any of that. You just see the
I'll
gray.
go to the lobby.
Tilde fin, yes, absolutely. So, one more episode left. And the only hint I'm giving anybody is it's an episode log. It's going to be a way to wrap up the story and have a final episode all in one. It's still all going to be done in character. But I'd like you to think about the things that you've picked up along the way and the stories that you've created during this journey. And next week, we're going to bring all of that in and episode dialogue. There it is. Yes, there's the one. Yeah. And we're going to do that next week with this show. And then sadly, bring it to an end. I love these short run games because they're so intense, but it means you're ending games all the time, and that's not always fun. But this one has been a rush so far. So I would like to thank our players, Sarah and Hellhounds and Bison and Alex. Thank you all for coming along on this ride. It's been great fun. And again, I haven't mentioned it in a number of episodes, but the level of bravery, when I say I want to do something weird, you want to come along and you say yes, I appreciate that very, very much, because who knows whether this would have worked or not. So thank you all for that. Thank you also to chat. You guys broke us before we even started. You broke us during, and you probably, if I look over again now, it'll probably break me again. So I'm not gonna. I have learned the trick. Look, it's over there. I'll just read a little bit. It's okay. But thank you to chat for adding to this. It's so much fun. I don't put chat in this game, and I'm kind of thinking we should, but then nobody will listen to us because they'll just read chat all night. So I'm not gonna. Executive decision made. Look over here. I did. Look at that. It worked. And thank you to all the people on YouTube to who the entire last part of that conversation made no sense, because, as I said, you can't see chat. So thank you for watching all the way to the end. Thank you for watching the foolishness. Please hit the like button and please hit the bell, because I did it again today and posted like 5 things. I caught up 2 weeks all in one day. So yeah, that's how I post to YouTube. So if you want to hear about those, click that bell or you'll never hear about it. With that, until next time, which is tomorrow night. It's going to be fun. Tomorrow night for my birthday stream. Tune in. I don't often pitch stuff specifically about me, but tomorrow is, I said, what do I want for my birthday? And I said, I want to run a game. And I said, you run a game all the time. And I said, shut up. That's what I want. And I said, okay, I'll get what you want. And so now I'm going to do that tomorrow night. So we'll see you all then. Until then, good night. And as always, please be nice to each other. Good night.